Hey Roger, how you doing? Yeah, it looks like that's a better setup for sure for this rifle. I just picked up the couple of the DLCs for this game. Couldn't resist it anymore. You know, the funny thing is I play this game like it's, the only thing I do. And when I actually hunt, I shoot once, get my deer, and I'm done. Don't need to be wiping out half the forest for no reason. I'm definitely not a trophy hunter. I get enough for me, and that's all I worry about. Alright, I guess we gotta go looking for this bugger because it's been calling over here for a while and I have not seen signs of it. So I guess we gotta be a little bit more proactive. Where you at? Now, what time is it in game? 5:20? Yeah. Sounds about right. Suppose I should have restarted today as soon as I started the game, but you wouldn't happen to have this game, would you, Roger? Mas poo poo. Alright. Where are you at? Puppy dog. I should pull it back a little bit so I could see. Little thick in here. I'm not gonna see it probably. Oh well. Alright, so that's the last mail track. No, by the way, Roger, it's not like I recommend that you get this game, but if you already had it, that would be cool. But it's not, it's a bit frustrating. If you're a hunter or a shooter, yeah, no, it'll just drive you up a wall because the shooting mechanics are just not good. So yeah, no, if you don't have it, don't worry about it. I was gonna say, I do have this. I did get my PS Plus renewed. Warning thump. I wonder what a 7.62 by 54R will do to a rabbit. Seeing as it's the same caliber as a Dragunov, I would imagine it would work. Bunny, bunny, bunny. Yeah, that's much steadier. Oh yeah. Why do you say that, Roger? I've popped a lot of rabbits in here. .338 does wonders to bunnies. Then again, if they did an update and they changed that, then yeah, I could understand why. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get you now. I'm a little slow sometimes, sorry. You're saying it's just going to be nothing but a furry, bloody donut is what you're saying. Yeah, it's been one of those days. I put my my brain on pause because I'm on vacation from work. All right, I heard something. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming a rabbit. I got rabbit and coyote. I hear a rabbit. I hear a bunch of rabbits. I am guessing that they can see me. Granted, with this Arctic suit on, I probably look like a grizzly bear. I wish you could do a third-person view in this game. I don't know if you can. Not really sure. Alright, let's get serious about trying to find this deer instead of screwing around with the rabbits. This, I suppose I should just flip and go along the river there, and there's sure to be some animals there instead of walking through these damn tight woods. Where you at? Oh, and I've determined that these leaves are bulletproof, because I've shot a couple of animals that were just on the other side of trees and didn't even touch them. Yeah, let's see how long ago this track was now that I've actually got something that'll tell me. Fresh, but not just now. So we're going to go somewhere else. Going to go there and walk up the river. Yeah, I wonder how old McReaper's doing. Haven't heard squat from him. Haven't heard anything from Pimpin either. Gotta send those boys off a message and make sure they're okay. Moose. That should have put it right down. That should have been a base of the head. It looked good to me. That should have snapped its neck, but trying to do some science here. I guess it doesn't quite work. Yeah, it looks like it was a fatal. Man, yep, that should have just dropped right there. Okay, I wonder if we can do a bear with it. What did you used to hunt for there, Roger? Anything awesome? Did you chase mountain goats up and down some mountains or something? Moose, 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 moose. Ah, boar. Yep, yep. Those are tough little buggers from what I've seen. We supposedly have them running around up here, but they're not that common. But then again, you know, I have a tendency to believe that the people that said that they saw them was probably more likely bears than boars. Okay, so Mama Moose. There's the bear. Okay, cool. I do have a tent on me. And I sprayed myself with flippin' scent blocker already. Yeah, it's getting ready to be turkey season here. I'm enough of a hunter where I've lost my job over hunting. Hey, I put in my notice before anybody else did. Nobody else put their notice in until like the day before. And I got my notice accepted. The big boss got mad because they didn't go by seniority. And ended up firing me for it instead of the people that scheduled it or accepted it. So, oh well. I mean, I understand, so. But I wish I would have known because I would have planned accordingly. Would have been fine. Where are you at there, Mr. Moose? Well, should we chase after the moose? Or should we chase after the bear? We know we can take down a moose now with this. Okay, so that says it went that way, then it went that way, ran off in this direction. Let me check the actual rot. Just now it says, huh. And there's like 3 different directions it could have gone. Come on, come on. Okay, so that's all going back downhill. This one's going uphill. What does this one say? Very fresh, but not just now. Huh. Yeah, that's going to be impossible to decipher. Very fresh. Zipupu is very fresh. Well, what the heck? I guess we'll go up here. Two minor bull moose. Yeah, what kind of range do we got on them? Aim at the feet. 200. Not drop any further, great. Right on the end of the nose. That's definitely going to be a flesh wound. Because that was a little low, actually. So I've got bear tracks. And no moose tracks. I wonder how many times I actually hit it. I'd say I hit it 3 times, but I say this game doesn't exactly work logically. And just a little moose too. again. Yep, gonna be kind of non-vital hit. There we go. But a good solid hit anyway. Still only 75% though. Frustration. I mean, you poke enough holes in an animal, they're going to go down. You know, that's one of my real complaints about this game is that it takes away your integrity points if you use too large of a firearm. You know, a real hunter is not like that. They're going to say, hey, I'll use everything, you know, I won't hesitate to use what I need to use. For a humane kill. There's no point. Especially with this game where you can't, you know, you can't aim very well with it. You're not going to be able to make a humane shot without using something large bore. Yep. It wasn't that far off. I tell you, moose hunting at night, no thank you. I will definitely pass on that. Okay, so really, all right. We're gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna go up and put my tent where I want it, over here. Crap, I should have bought some more ammo. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be going over here to put my flippin' tent on the other side of this bridge is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, the one thing about bears is they, when you go to process them, it's a little freaky. All right. It won't let me place it there, but it'll let me place it on the train tracks. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I guess we don't buy any more tents then, do we? Excuse me. All right. Let's go north. Hey, Savjaz, how you doing? What's happening? What's happening in Savjaz world? I think I might have bored Roger to death, and he turned off his mic or something because of my monotonous voice. So what's up, Savjaz? Anything good? Ah, okay. Oh, I got this week off too, so I've been napping and relaxing and enjoying. Trying not to get carried away outside by the mosquitoes. Seems like they might be a bountiful crop of mosquitoes this year. Of course, I live pretty close to some water, so and some swampy land. The funny thing was, we didn't have any mosquitoes here until the crop dusting plane that throws out it's a BTI pellet that is for mosquito control, and they fly over the rivers and the swampy areas and distribute that. And you know, there weren't any mosquitoes until they flew over. Female burr. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if you do, because in all reality, it was not that harsh of a winter. So I wouldn't be real surprised if you guys got hit real hard too. And depending on where you're at, you may not have a lot of the infrastructure in place to have a mosquito control program like we have here. It's just too big up there. Too big and too sparsely populated for any real controlling of mosquitoes. you could probably spend the whole gross national product that Canada has just on mosquito control and still not make a dent in them. We started getting some from the south, from the southern United States. They've got some that have migrated up, and they're about the size of a flippin' quarter. Crazy huge. Like jabbing you in the arm with a flippin' sharpened pencil. Okay. Where you at? Yeah, very true. What we use here is a couple different things. One of them, and you know, they refuse here to use anything that's excessively obnoxious. So basically, all they do is more or less spray. It's basically baby oil. The mineral spirits and baby oil, um, and it's formulated in a way that it breaks down after 2 days. But that suffocates the larvae in like the ditches and stuff like that. And the other product that's used is called BTI, which is a bacterial-based thing that is also gone in 3 days. And what that does is that the mosquito larvae eat it, and then it crystallizes in the mosquito larvae's stomach and kills them. And it does not touch any of the other larvae in the water. It only affects mosquito larvae, which is kind of awesome but strange. But yeah, so they don't throw chemicals around here anymore. Not like it used to be. I wonder. What is the Hunt Club Beta? Male deer, male animals. So we got to shoot a bunny from 100 yards away, or 164 yards, right in the chest. Here, bunny, 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 bunny. I suppose I can turn off the flippin' flashlight, but then again, well, this is getting boring. Not seeing any tracks at all. What the heck? What's up with that? Well, I probably should have restarted my PS4 after I downloaded those DLCs. I have noticed in the past occasionally that gameplay is screwy. Bar, where's the bar? I don't see no bar. Yeah. You know, I suppose I could chase after it just to see if this thing has any knockdown power on bears at all. Probably doesn't. I would imagine not. We'll say I'd be getting excited about No Man's Sky VR. I have a feeling that might rekindle a lot of interest that's been lost in it. I still like the game a lot. Yep. Hey, could be worse. Could be flipping Cape Buffalo that just run at you for no reason and try to wipe you out. I got wiped out like 3 times yesterday playing with my friends. Am I following the right track? No. One going that way. Where is this one going? I saw it. I saw it. My cinnamon bear. Ah, nice. Yeah, if you got access to a VR set, that would be awesome. That's my only problem, is I don't want to jump in without actually at least trying it. I don't want to walk in completely blind. Where you at? I'm wondering if I should stay here. Come on, flippin' thing. No, wrong side of the tree. Yeah, I get that a bit too, Roger. For some reason, they didn't Ground the jacket of the coax cable that comes into the house very well yesterday, or very well, so I had to go out, and I've got to occasionally go out and redo the connection, or wiggle it anyway. And okay, so this supposedly is where it's at. Should be a hit here. Hey, Matt, what's happening? Vital hit just now. Okay, good deal. Savjaz is giving me flack about chasing after a bear that I might not be able to kill with the rifle that I've got. And I was telling him about the Cape Buffalo the other day. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I think I got wiped out like 3 times yesterday or the other day. Let's see now. Ooh, 639. I think we're going to chase that bugger down. That one's a nice one. Man, I wish I knew which way he was really going. Alright, we're going to have to track him down. So this is the... just now. Gonna take my time with this one. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That one's a nice one. Ah. You can't tell me that that wasn't brains. Come on. That was all kinds of brains, especially with that wind. That wind should have pushed that over an inch at least. Where did that come from? Okay. Just that female again. Alright, let's see if we can find this blood spot. Okay, so that's bear. And that was a heck of a nice moose, too. So if I can't find the moose tracks, it must have been a ghost moose. Yeah, it had to have been a ghost moose because I'm not seeing any moose tracks whatsoever. Flippin' game. You did see that moose, didn't you? I wasn't just shooting at a tree that looked like a moose that turned around and looked at me and walked away, right? It wasn't a figment of my imagination. Yeah, it does. Big time. This has happened quite a bit for me. Yeah, let's go over here. Yeah, that's where he came from. I think it was, I don't know if it was the same one or not, but it's a male moose anyway. He ran back this way. I am not going to be finding that moose. No point in looking for that one. I hate to say it, but it's only a game. You betcha I would be tracking the living heck out of that until I couldn't find any more tracks at all. If it were for reals. Alright, so refresh on know I'm going the wrong way, but I'm just trying to check this a little bit. Okay. I got some time to make up. I think I got turned around there a little bit. Really? I don't believe you, tracks. I'm going to look around over here for a second. Yeah. Great. Yeah, it's Savjaz. It definitely trolls the living hell out of you. Like just now, you get like 3 seconds, if not less, to try to figure out what that call is. So if you don't turn around in time and hit the button at the right moment, you miss out. So it very well could be that that track that I was just looking at that went the one way back where that call was coming from could very well easily be this animal. But I don't know. Yeah, Matt, I do have it on multiplayer, and uh, if you feel like joining, by the way, if you're still there. And Roger, if you're still there, yeah, what I was saying was that I go out and I wiggle the connections to the ground on the outside of the house and make damn sure that the ground connection is good. And that seems to last a while, because without all the proper crimping tools to redo all the connections, that's the best I can suggest for you. Usually they'll have the box that they tie in, or that they connect to the side of the house, but then they'll have a ground wire that comes out of that has to be grounded properly. and whatever that's connected to, all the connections on that ground, check those. Make sure it's a nice clean connection. Or tell them to come over and do that. Either way. That's the frustrating thing, is that they'll do all the checking that they want on the positive conductor, but they hardly ever check the negative conductor to make sure that that connection is good. And almost 90% of the stuff that I find wrong with electronics is all due to a improper or a corroded ground. Okay. Yeah, I hear you, Roger. That's got to be frustrating. It's like, say, most people that are in that sort of situation, that are landlords, they really have no, and even the ISP techs, internet service techs, they just don't. Nah, they've got no clue. They just make a connection, and if it works for 10 seconds while they are there, then fine, they just walk away. And when it doesn't work after a month, they they don't understand why. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, I got a the shielded cable, I can't remember what RG4 form factor it is, or what cable size it is, but it's definitely not RG58 or 59. It's the bigger stuff, and it they didn't terminate the ground cable right on the threaded connector, the push-on connector, and it's garbage. So I got to go wiggle it, look at it, and sometimes I try to clean it and then put it back together. And then they connected the ground to a galvanized pipe. Man, if you've got fiber optic termination skills, man, that's kind of in demand right now, dude. Well, as long as you can pass their required tests, if you know what I'm saying. Which is stupid, in my opinion. This bear's probably walked back past me and I never saw it. Ah, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Oh man, that tree almost died a horrible death. It sure looks like it looked like a bear standing up. I guess I didn't realize how bad you had it there, Roger, for the injuries and stuff. Oh man, ouch. And that is a bad day, dude. That is a bad day. Not only does somebody pop you, your buddies run you over. Did you smack them? I hope you smacked them. Make them buy you a damn beer, I'll tell you what. I do not think I'm going to be, don't think I'm making any time on catching up to this bear, but man, I don't want to be just rushing right in there yet. Not for a big guy. Yep, yep. Yeah, if you're not able to work, you know, do what you got to do, man. I got no problem with that at all. Especially if you're in pain, you know. I mean, damn. A lot to be said about the natural forms of painkiller like that. All right, now, I was just looking over here. There was tracks when I looked over there that were white, because that's what I'm following. No, I'm talking about the natural stuff, not the pharmaceutical crap. That's not a painkiller to me. That's a frickin' that's a admission to the addiction hotline. A free ticket to the Uncle Sam's addicts. Exactly, exactly. There's a lot to be said for that stuff, man. I don't care what they do, how they try to process it, how they try to refine it, how they try to investigate it. They're not gonna be able to synthesize everything that's in it. They'll synthesize what they think is the active ingredient, but that's not That's not it. That's not the whole picture. You know, and that's part of the problem with like the EpiPens and that stuff when it goes from like $70 to $700 or whatever it is. The heck is that? Is that a burr? That's a burr. That's a 7 very hard. Okay. Alright. I hate to have to pop you while you're sunning yourself there, Mr. Bear, but you know, I can only handle this kind of temptation so long. Was not coming over quite far enough. And it freaking moved on me again. Nope. Flopola. Okay. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. This thing's trolling me again. Alright. Well, that was probably a flesh wound. Don't think that was a good enough shot. Even with the 338, which should have dropped it. And we'll go up here. course, that's not good enough. Come on. Yeah, don't tell me that the flippin' trees were bulletproof again. Which they probably were. And now it's going to be impossible to find a thing because it's been walking around in circles. Flesh wound. Great. Nothing that way. And not fast enough to be able to see where that was at. And this isn't a good enough hit for it to matter. Although there he is. Oh, come on. Really? An 8 mythical? What a flippin'... I shot it once. One time. And I don't get any integrity at all. I've hit these bears before. Okay, I'm going to save this one. And let's go see what that other one is for the quick kill and integrity. And if the other one's got integrity at all with the same rifle, then that tells you that how they troll you. Or how they troll me, anyhow. I'm curious to see. Actually, I'm curious to see how close another... pretty much the same. Depends if I've got a crossing point anywhere nearby. An 8 mythical bear. Single shot. And I don't get any integrity. What kind of rat bastard was that, you know? Alright. An 8 mythical and everything else played into everything else was fine. Crap. That's why I really dislike this game sometimes. It is beautiful though, gotta give it that. Girl, don't be giving me no crap. Yeah, you better run. If it gives me any integrity whatsoever, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay, it didn't. All right. Boy. Over here and see if I can't find any elk or anything. Yeah, Roger, we last election cycle or last voting cycle, we here where I'm at, we had a ballot proposal to legalize the things, and it passed by quite a hefty margin, and Of course, the politicians, the local politicians, went against their constituents and ended up voting it to be illegal no matter what. Anyway. Probably hoping to get in the pockets of big pharma. You know. How much money do we have? 8,500. Okay. Yep. Thinking I should have started my game over. Because if there isn't anything up here, one more shot. Let's check up there. If there's anything up there, then we know the game is not being normal. Because there's always something up in the corner. Make sure nothing bigger is out there. Ducks. Come on. All right. What kind of range we got there? That could have been 150 yards. And this is set to 164, so that should have been a little bit high, only maybe like a quarter inch or so, but still. That should have taken out the frontal lobes of its brain. So you should be able to hear it crashing into the flipping trees blind. Just saying. You know? You know what I'm getting at, Sam Jazz. Flipping game. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to be on a rifle competition team, so... And 600 yards with open sights. Yeah, flipping flesh wound. Get out of here. I mean, it would have snapped its neck. Or at least, you know, stunned it. Okay. .220. Not quite enough time. Why is this? Okay. I wish you could do third-person view in this. Yeah, we used to shoot 600 yards open sights. Pretty neat. Splat. Yeah, that should have dropped right there. Boy, Anthem sure died a quick death, didn't it? That only lasted, what, a month and a half, 2 months maybe? I expected that to be a pretty good solid game. You know, they were working on it for 6 months or 6 years, I mean. One of the guy that told me about that game, you know, when it was in development, you know, it's pretty bad when he's, you know, dead and gone, and the flipping game lasted a month and a half. I mean, it had the potential to be absolutely awesome, but I don't see anybody playing it anymore. That really sucks, because that looked like that was a beautiful game. Had the potential to be absolutely awesome. But, you know, it's one of those things. Yep. Yeah, I agree. You only got one freaking loot crate for for the whole group. That's just, that's pretty nasty, because you know, I mean, people will be fighting each other over the flipping loot crates. It's a real dick move. Well, I've been playing for close to an hour and 45 minutes. I think I'm going to go take a break for a little bit. And game loot is scarce to min-max character. Geo is playing it, and end game loot is scarce. Guess I don't know what you're saying, Savjaz. I just, yeah, from what what I was aware of is that the legendary, legendary loot crates or legendary items are almost non-existent, and you know, they only drop one for a whole group of people, so you know, you're basically fighting each other over to get that item. That's pretty critical, really. That's the way I understood it. And then what happened? They banned some guy for saying something or having a bad review. Ah, okay. Because I heard that they, in some of the multiplayer sessions, they only put one item out. Hey, there he is. I don't think I touched him again. Okay. Yeah, the way that I understood it is it was the in-game loot was, and this might have been early on in that process, that they limited it so heavily that nobody could find it or nobody could get it. And there is a tree in the way. I guess I'm going to hunt a little bit more. What can I say? I have to go see if I can find that one male, that bull moose, and then call it. Yeah, but yeah, I haven't played the game ever, so. What are you doing, moose? There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That one should be easy to find. Yeah, somebody said that the drop rates, I can't remember who it was. I think it was that, you know, I may have even heard it in the forums that somebody was complaining that the drop rates were low, and they must have been playing in a situation where, you know, the only ones that dropped, somebody grabbed them fairly quick, and they themselves didn't see one or something. I don't know. But like I say, that's kind of a jerk move for a game developer to do. I understand that the rare items are supposed to be rare, but there's a point. Well, I wonder how many holes this thing has in it. Okay. That should have put it down. That was a pretty much a clean miss. Yep, that was right in there. Yeah, exactly. I totally hear you, Savage. Yes, and the flipping glitches that you were experiencing about falling through stuff. Oh man, oh man. You know, it's pretty bad when a No Man's Sky fanatic is saying that. You know, we all love No Man's Sky, and it had some issues, but those issues were not, you know, not quite that bad. I mean, they were close, like the one where it would flip and throw you, and the one that I experienced where I had it throw me the one time, and then I had it where the monetary uh, the money went negative, and you know that was not cool. All right. I think it's time for a snack, maybe some fluids, and chillax a little bit. Time is it? It is 9 o'clock. I gotta go to the store. Happy, happy, joy, joy. But you guys have a good one, and I'll probably catch you later on. Probably see you streaming sometime, Sav Jazz. Have a good one, Roger.